Happy Thursday, everyone, and thank you for being a part of the program. On a Thursday, which went a little better than expected, we saw enough clouds and a few light showers to keep temperatures much more in check than what we were expecting, and there were no complaints that I could hear. We will, however, have 94, 95 in the forecast tomorrow, and the humidity might crank up just a bit and make it feel a little more like 103 or 4 or 5. But today wasn't all that bad, and certainly we got a little relief. And then, of course, cold front tomorrow evening into your weekend will take temperatures down, of course, starting Saturday and for the rest of your 7-day. Nowhere do we actually get anywhere close to the 90s and actually the upper 70s for more than one day in a row. So definitely an update to share with you tonight. Headlines tonight will include an update on the Greg Howard case, federal drug case that is, of course. A couple of stories coming out of Martin County. One 60 years for child porn, the other, though, on a positive note. And $10 million. I'll show you what $10 million bought earlier today. $10 million. A lot of good going to come out of that $10 million. With that said, before we go any further, I did a little reading last night and today to try to help clarify, this new COVID. There's a couple of new strains that we've spoke about here. I have on the program for a couple of days now, and that's one of the large reasons that McGoffin County and other school systems have called off class this early into the new school year. Not just COVID, but of course flu and strep and a lot of respiratory illness. But as far as these new strains are concerned, not a whole lot of changes as far as symptoms. I think a lot of folks have been asking, and the question's been posed to me, any differences? Well, there are variants, and they continue to pop up. Probably going to be a lifelong thing forever, I think, in this world. But this summer, a couple of new variants that I've spoke to you about, the BA 2.86 and Eris, as they're commonly known. They're right now no more dangerous compared to earlier strains, but hospitalizations and deaths are on the increased numbers that I've shared with you all week, and still nowhere close to, of course, the peak of Omicron anywhere in the realm of possibilities. So not a fear at this time by medical professionals. But these new variants do have symptoms, of course, and they're pretty much on par with what we have all known. Pretty much they run the gamut of cough, headache, muscle ache, sore throat, fatigue, fever, chills, congestion, nausea, diarrhea, runny nose, shortness of breath, difficulty breathing. Sound familiar? So nothing new on that front as well, but definitely seeing a lot more folks getting sick at this time, as I confirmed through, of course, as I told you yesterday, our Director of Public Health, Pete Shepard, and as he has been following up with local healthcare providers now for weeks, seeing a definite increase. So just to let you know. Our first top story this evening is that of an Eastern Kentucky man sentenced to 60 years in federal prison for producing and distributing child pornography. Gabrielle Dudgeon, who is from Sayersville in McGoffin County, as many of you I'm sure well know, works at the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Eastern District of Kentucky, and she is the one who is always responsible for giving us information that happens in that particular court system. And today, she sent me notice that 60-year-old Donald York of Beauty was sentenced by U.S. District Judge Robert Weir to 60 years in prison after being convicted for producing and distributing sexually explicit images of a minor. He was convicted by a jury in April of this year on 4 counts of production of child pornography and 2 counts of distribution. According to evidence presented at the trial, York coerced a 15-year-old female who was in his care to engage in sexually explicit conduct so that he could produce images of that taking place and upload those to pornographic websites. Under federal law, he must serve 85% of that sentence before he could be released and then be under the supervision of U.S. probation and parole. I've got local news next. Get great deals on the greatest brands at Conley Tire with up to $150 back on Goodyears, $100 on Hancooks, $100 on Mickey Thompsons, $125 on Yokohamas. And you can always pay now or later. Plus quick service with oil changes, brake jobs, $35 computer diagnostics to fix and repair your ride at Conley Tire and conleytire.net. The Seasonal Shop, where denim's always in. Just pick a length, a shade, and a style. Where the cats are always a win. And where just in are new ladies' fashions, all the accessories, Ridge and Holler, caps and tees, new flavors of your favorite skinny syrups, and if blue is your color, brighten your whole home with it, and all of the gorgeous home decor. And don't forget B&B, that's Bridal and Baby Registry, at the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville. There where every day starts, it's made and it ends. From hitting the floor to hitting the road and back, your feet carry the day's duties. And if you're hurting from what might be a work or sports or stress-related fracture you don't even know about, diabetic, or that all too often heel pain that just won't go away, or any type of pain or discomfort or in need of wound care, come to where they care.
Put your best foot forward and come visit our podiatry team. We care about our patients and their feet.
That's Dr. Cheney and her team at Hope Family Podiatry Center next to Hope Family Pediatrics on the Mountain Parkway. It's been a week today that local and federal authorities descended on the house of Greg Howard on Bloomington, as authorities had done on numerous occasions in the past, sending him to prison on more than one occasion. A week since, and Howard is still on the run, but in his absence was facing a federal grand jury earlier today. It was last Thursday morning that an 8-month extensive investigation started by the McGoffin County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Bill Meade, as well as the DEA and other authorities, came to a head, and they raided the residence of Greg Howard on Bloomington. Howard was not at home upon their arrival. He was sought after by all means possible, including K-9 units, Kentucky State Police helicopter, and a lot of ground patrol as well, but has still not been found, and authorities are still asking for anyone who has any information about his potential whereabouts to please let them know, calling 911 or the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department. Meanwhile, the investigation in the case goes on. After the federal warrant was executed at his house, the case was now to be presented before a federal grand jury earlier today for their consideration. And I'm still waiting at this moment for confirmation of that to take place and any other information that would be contained therein. If I can get that before the end of the show, of course, we'll have an update. If not, expect one on tomorrow's program. Next, $10 million. That is $10 million. A new record for a Kentucky State Fair ham. The 59th Country Ham Breakfast at the Kentucky State Fair wrapped up with another record year as it did last. You know, I know that there's a long history to the selling of the country ham. It goes back to the early 60s, and it was just an effort then to try to promote that particular part of agriculture in Kentucky. And I think the ham then sold for probably what was a whopping $165 or so. And of course, as everyone knows, it's gotten to be bigger and bigger and bigger. And last year, I think it was $5 million right at total. And all the money, of course, going to charities. And this year, again, millions. $10 million.
We're going up. I've got 4 or 5. They're doing 4 or 5? And now 6. Even I got 4 or 5. Take it 4 6. Now I'm moving 4 million 500, 4 million 6, 4 million 7, 4 million 700, 4 million 8, 4 million 800, down, 4 million 900, bid now, 4 million 900, down, take it there. If you don't like that, just give me 5. We'll move along. 4 million 900, down, here to there, 5 million. 4 million 9 here to there. We can do 4 9. I got 4 8. 4 9. Now 5. Here to there, 5 million, bid 5 1. Don't stop me now, I'm doing the best. Well, listen, I'm up here because I like to go fast.
Got this hand sold. 5 million there, 5 million here, Central Bank.
That's going to be 10 million, ain't it? $10 million.
That little negotiation there at the end was Central Bank pledging a $5 million bid, matched by Joe and Kelly Craft. Yes, that Kelly Craft who ran for governor. They did a $5 million joint bid for $10 million for an 18-pound Grand Champion ham, submitted by Ronnie and Beth Drennan of Broadbent B&B Foods, their 15th Grand Champion, mind you. Yeah, they've got a history there. And all of this money, of course, going to help a lot of folks. 57 new homes for families in Knott County in the new community called Chestnut Ridge for those who lost everything in the floods, the Boys and Girls Clubs, and the Kentucky Derby Museum. The list is also going to include charities such as the Markey Cancer Center, St. Elizabeth Healthcare, the Hope Center, the Child Advocacy Center, and more. So, job well done for everyone, including the pig. Conley Racing is headed north. The 6-race series is now down to the final 2 counting this weekend. I've got some information and an update for you on them in just a few seconds. Right now, here's tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. With birthday wishes to Terry Brown. Terry, with a lot of love from Jackie and your family and long list of friends, Terry. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday today on the 24th to Terry Brown. Happy birthday to you. Going on to the calendar, don't forget free ice cream and taco salads this Saturday, 11 till 2. All you got to do is stop and just have a wonderful late morning, early afternoon with them at the Mountain of Hope Baptist Church on 114 there at the top of the Ivington Hill on the right going out of Sagersville. Saturday, 11 till 2, free ice cream and taco salad. They won't run out, I promise, and they'd love to have you just stop and enjoy some time with each other. Don't forget that Water into Wine Food Pantry has its next pantry date set for September. I'm having a hard time even saying the word September. I'm not lying. But on the 6th and the 20th, it will be their regular commodity dates. And Thursday, the 21st, will be their senior commodity day. And anytime you've got an announcement, send it to me. Birthdays and anniversaries as well. Love to share them to everyone so they'll know what's going on. From their funeral service announcements, beginning with first a reminder of services to be held tomorrow at 1 at the Tip Top United Baptist Church in honor of Maggie Rao Allen, who passed away earlier this week, preceded in death by her husband Eugene and her daughter Priscilla. She is survived by her daughters Debbie Joseph, Roxy Howard, her son Robert Eugene Allen, brother Orville, and 6 grandkids. Again, services start tomorrow with visitation continuing this evening also at the church. And I've also been told of the passing of Gary Helton Sr., 73 of Sagersville. He passed away on yesterday's date at the Good Samaritan Hospital. Arrangements are being made under the care and direction of the McGoffin County Funeral Home and will be announced soon by them. I'll be right back. Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Get ready for the new school year with Appalachian Wireless. Whether you need a smartphone, a wearable, or an iPad, we have your back-to-school solution. Visit AppalachianWireless.com or a retail location for our back-to-school deals. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small-town values.
And Mom and Dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Only one school district in Eastern Kentucky offers the most athletic and extracurricular offerings to our students: Johnson County Schools. Not only do we offer the widest array of sports, including the area's only competitive swimming and bowling teams, but our students also compete on the biggest stages, evidenced by our countless regional titles and 2 football state championships. Our performing arts offers students top-tier choir, band, and drama programs. Give your child the power of opportunity that is only available in Johnson County Schools.
The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sagersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy. The convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service. And the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sagersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that. Yep, Conley Racing got up bright and early this morning, maybe late last night, I'm not sure. They're on the road, nevertheless, hopefully there by now. There being Norwalk, Ohio, and the Summit Motorsports Park to run in the Mickey Thompson NMCA All-American Nationals. This is the second to last stop of the NMCA Tour, and in their class, they're running, to no surprise perhaps, number one by a few hundred points. What you're looking at here is last month at the US 131 Motorsports Park in Martin, Michigan. Here's the quarterfinal run, clean leave and a win for Martin Conley and Conley Racing. And then it was on to the semis, and I'm going to have to edit it a little bit because I don't have time to show you the full 1 minute plus staging duel that went on between Martin and Ray Cox. Yep, it was a minute. No one wanting to budge. Finally, the bulb was lit, and it was Martin out first, a .01 on a 4.55 second run, and he clipped Cox's .04 4.57 run to advance him to the championship. And in that championship, this is what a .01 win would look like. Yes, he won that by .01 at the stripe. That took them, of course, to this weekend, where they are headed to the Summit Motorsports Park in Norwalk, Ohio. As I said, that's 2 hours south of Detroit. Right now, Martin and his team are leading the points race in their class by 300 points over second, 700 points over third, with 2 races to go, counting this weekend. They've won 3 out of the 6 races in this series, and they can actually nail down the championship this race weekend with a win. We'll see how it works out for Conley Racing, but I've got a good feeling. Now back to Martin County for some enlightening news. Pardon the pun. The latest on the development of the solar farm, which is getting closer to being a reality. Some 2,500 acres, some $230 million on this solar project that will sit on top of the old Martiki mine site. As we covered in this Tuesday's edition of the Big Sandy News, the Martin County Fiscal Court had a special guest at their regular meeting for this month of August. Adam Elam there to talk about the solar project underway in Martin County, with Judge Lafferty saying that some meetings they have exciting news, and at times they have a special guest, and it was both, I guess, this time, as they talked about Adam Elam, who in conjunction with Savion is putting in a $230 million solar project, and this is the first coal to solar in the country, and it is on a 2,500 acre plant, creating 300 construction jobs and 11 or 12 permanent jobs. And they are excited, as you can imagine, and they're holding their first job fair September the 7th, 11 to 7 at the Collier Center. They're going to hire as many as they can from Martin County, then go to surrounding counties in that order. And when it's built, it will be the largest solar plant in the state of Kentucky, and a $39 million payroll as well. Evelyn also said that SOAR and One East Kentucky are also involved, and that Toyota, who recently agreed to purchase energy from the solar plant, will also have an expanded presence in Martin County. Sounds like more to come. And lastly, let's wrap it up with your Licking Valley RACC Outlook, where we're looking at another hot one, the hottest of this run this week, tomorrow. But a cold front is on the way. And while the humidity is pretty much been at bay, so to speak, comparatively at least, throughout these 90-degree days, it will inch up tomorrow, out and ahead of a cold front that is coming, and as you can see, will certainly change temperatures. Let's start with the nearest of terms. Near term, 73 degrees tonight, partly cloudy skies, light southwest wind, 6 to 9 miles per hour. So wrapping up your Thursday, can you believe tomorrow's Friday already? I love it when it's Friday, but it feels like the week just started, so it's good and bad. Anyway, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, mainly after 5 o'clock in the evening. Before that, we're going to top out right around 94, maybe 95 degrees, and the heat index will be close to 103, 104 degrees. So some humidity factoring in tomorrow. Don't mess around in that hot weather if you're out there. Make sure you stay hydrated. Keep an eye on your pets and all your people. West winds tomorrow, 10 to 16 miles per hour, so a bit of a breeze knocking off that edge. That's out and ahead of maybe some showers that will roll through. Again, really not seeing much as far as that happening until about 5 o'clock or so. And then mainly before 8, As far as the window is concerned, nighttime lows tomorrow night will be even just a degree or two from where they are tonight as that cooler air approaches. And you can see what it will do for the rest of the 7 days, starting Saturday, upper 80s, partly sunny, a 30% chance of some lingering showers and storms on and on throughout the day on your Saturday, nothing major. Sunday, cooler still, down to 83, completely calm and dry, mostly sunny. And then a consecutive 83 run continues Monday and Tuesday of next week, mostly sunny. Yes, it will leave a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms in there on both days, just kind of to cover all bases. No severe weather associated with this as of yet, but we're looking at that afterwards. 83 Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and look at that, 77 degrees on your Wednesday, 78 Thursday, sunny and mostly clear those 2 days and dry, but definitely going back to that fall-like feel. So just like we had not more than a much of in the last 7 days, a few days ago, we had the gambit of 70s, 80s, and 90s. Now we've got 90s, 80s, and 70s in reverse order carrying us through this time next week. So something I think pretty much in there for everyone, just not enough time off. That's it. I'm thankful to have you here this Thursday, and will be as such when I hope you're here tomorrow night. Thank you for watching.